left on scene, but many more questions left to be answered. It started like any other shift. A Marion police officer on a routine patrol near the Apple Tree Estates on Russell Street noticed two cars with their dome lights on and took a closer look.
He noticed that one of the vehicles had gloves and ammunition laid out in the vehicle.
Shortly after, an officer heard a woman screaming. He went to investigate. That's when
the officers were fired upon by a suspect. At that point, a hostage situation began.
And things went into lockdown mode. The neighborhood was evacuated and the streets shut down. Marion's emergency response team, the Williamson County Sheriff, and the Illinois State Police sprung into action. Police learned they're dealing with 27-year-old Joshua Green of Marion.
At approximately 7:24 a.m., after lengthy negotiations, the suspect exited the apartment with the female that he was holding. At that point, officers ordered Green to surrender. Green refused to surrender at that point.
Police say Green pulled a gun on officers for the second time.
And fired on officers for a second time, at which point officers returned fire, striking Green.
Green was pronounced dead at the scene. The woman was also hit by gunfire. Police did not say if the woman Green was holding hostage was shot by a bullet he fired or by police. She was taken to an area hospital, then flown to a trauma center out of state. The investigation is still ongoing. Live in Marion, Michelle Medeiros, News 3.
As you saw earlier, Joshua Green's mother was on scene this morning. She told News 3 she had no idea how her son obtained a gun or what led him to take a woman hostage. Anna Giles has more reaction from Green's mother and how that incident affected nearby businesses.
The standoff happened at this home on Main Street, blocking traffic for hours and leaving bystanders in disbelief. Brenda Green defends her son Joshua, claiming he was a good kid in a bad situation. As the 27-year-old held a woman hostage, police tried to talk him down, something his mother Brenda wanted to do but never had the chance. He was shot and killed by police first. The hours-long standoff ended just before 8 in the morning, late enough to cause a headache for Main Street businesses looking to start their day. Bruce Craddock manages the Medicine Shop pharmacy right across the street. He'd been monitoring news about the standoff all morning.
At one time this morning, Russell Street was even closed, and they told us that we could not come into the pharmacy.
Eventually, police let him through, giving the same privilege to people needing medication. Many were forced to park blocks away on side streets.
We have a lot of people that need prescriptions filled, so it's not like we can just close.
Police are still investigating the situation, but Joshua Green was sentenced to jail time in the past. He was out on parole during the standoff. In Marion, Anna Giles, News 3.
We will have more on the standoff coming up at 6, including a closer look at Joshua Green and his criminal past. Look for continuing coverage next hour on News 3.